Hey friends, welcome. January 6th, 2025. I want to invite you to join me on a remarkable journey. A journey where we imagine Jesus living among us today. Think about it. How would Jesus live if he walked the streets of our modern world? What would he say to us? How would he navigate the issues we face in 2025? In this series, we'll explore a day-by-day account of what Jesus' life might look like in our time. By reflecting on his teachings and actions, we can uncover how to bring his light and love into our own lives. Today, we'll focus on January 6th, 2025. A day where Jesus' every action reveals a lesson about purpose, compassion, and the transformative power of faith. Before the hustle of the day begins, Jesus rises early. Picture him finding a peaceful spot, a sunrise walk along the beach, a quiet city rooftop, or even a modest prayer room in someone's home. He kneels and prays, lifting his heart to God. He prays for the sick, the weary, the lost, and the hopeful. He also asks for strength to meet the needs of others and wisdom to speak truth into their lives. This moment isn't rushed, it's intentional. He seeks his Father's guidance and aligns his heart with God's will. Imagine him praying for modern struggles, those who have lost loved ones, those burdened by financial stress, those grappling with depression or anxiety. He prays for leaders to act with wisdom and for communities to find unity in love. Consider, start your day with prayer, inviting God to guide your actions and thoughts. Even a few quiet moments can set the tone for a day filled with purpose and peace. By mid-morning, Jesus is out among the people. Today, he chooses to visit a community center in a struggling neighborhood. Word spreads quickly, and a small crowd gathers to hear him speak. He talks about servant leadership, a concept as radical today as it was 2,000 years ago. He says, "If you want to be great, serve others. Don't seek power for yourself, but use what you have to lift others up." To illustrate his point, he tells a modern parable. Imagine two leaders. One builds a company that profits only himself. The other builds a company that provides jobs, cares for families, and gives back to the community. Which one do you think reflects the heart of God? And he doesn't just speak in abstract terms. He engages the crowd. He asks them how they can use their talents to serve others, whether it's mentoring a child, feeding the hungry, or simply offering kindness to a stranger. Consider, servant leadership isn't just for CEOs or pastors. Each of us has the opportunity to lead by serving others, at home, at work, or in our communities. Look for ways to uplift those around you. In the afternoon, Jesus walks through the city, seeking out those who feel invisible. He stops to talk to a man sitting on the curb, holding a sign that reads, "Hungry and Homeless." Instead of walking past, he kneels down and asks, "What's your story?" The man shares his struggles, how he lost his job and family, and Jesus listens intently, offering words of hope. Then he helps him find food and connects him with people who can provide shelter. Next, Jesus visits a local hospital. He moves quietly from room to room, comforting patience. Imagine him holding the hand of an elderly woman battling cancer, telling her, "You are not alone. God sees you, and He is with you." In another room, he comforts parents of a child in the ICU, reminding them to have faith even in the darkest moments. He also stops by a mental health clinic. There, he speaks with a young woman struggling with anxiety, reminding her that her value isn't tied to her accomplishments or the opinions of others. He says, "You are loved simply because you are a child of God." Consider, compassion doesn't require grand gestures. A kind word, a listening ear, or practical help can profoundly impact someone's life. Ask yourself, who can I show compassion to today? As the evening approaches, Jesus gathers with a small group of friends and followers. Tonight, they meet in a humble apartment. They share a simple meal, bread, soup, and fruit, and during the meal, Jesus listens as they share their day, their joys, and their struggles. He speaks words of encouragement and offers wisdom for their challenges. He might say, "In a world that values independence, don't forget the power of community. Lean on one another, support one another, and together you'll grow stronger." Jesus also emphasizes the importance of gratitude, saying, "Give thanks in all circumstances." And he asks each person to share one thing they are grateful for, teaching them to focus on blessings rather than burdens. To reach even more people, Jesus might hold a virtual gathering. Imagine him leading a live-streamed message on social media where thousands tune in to hear him speak. His message is simple but profound. Love one another as I have loved you. Consider, community is essential. In a world where loneliness is common, we are called to build connections, support one another, and find strength in shared faith. Take time to gather with loved ones, even if it's just for a meal or a conversation. As the day ends, Jesus steps away to rest. Perhaps he walks under the stars, reflecting on the people he met and the lives he touched. He prays, thanking God for the strength to serve and entrusting tomorrow into his hands. Rest is an act of faith, and by resting, Jesus shows us the importance of trusting God with the remains undone. Now, he reminds us that we don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. Consider, rest isn't just physical, it's spiritual. Take time to reflect, recharge, and trust that God will take care of what lies ahead. So, as we close today's reflection, think about this. What part of Jesus' day speaks most to you? Is it his quiet morning prayer, his teachings about servant leadership, his compassion for the hurting, his fellowship for friends, or his trust in God as he rests? This journey through Jesus' life reminds us that each day is an opportunity to reflect. His love in our actions, words, and relationships make a difference in how we proceed with our day. So tomorrow, we'll continue exploring what Jesus might do on January 7th, 2025. What lessons will he teach us? What lives will he change? Until then, remember, You have the power to make every moment meaningful by living with intention, serving others, and trusting in God. May His peace be with you today, and I will see you tomorrow. But before I go, I'd like to offer a prayer for the hopes, needs, and intentions that you hold in your heart on this day. I'll lead. Are you ready? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen. This is beautiful. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, and we'll travel through Jesus' life as he joins us for January 7th, 2025. I can't wait to see you. It's my favorite part of the day. And don't forget, hug your family. They love you. I'll be back tomorrow, friends. Take care. Bye.